Another interesting thing, again, on the moral aspect, because this moral debate also gets involved in a lot of trickery. Recently, I was hearing the president of a big internet company saying, what are you people complaining about? About all these internet sites that you put information in, the police can perhaps even illegally go look at it. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear, they tell us. Are you a terrorist? No, I'm not. Saying, what do you care if the police looks around? Is it your problem?
The famous argument of an honest citizen.
The very honest citizen. My argument, my counter-argument to that is, if you have nothing to hide, you don't have a life. We all have something to hide. All innocent, free people have something to hide. If you have nothing to hide, just give me your credit card. Just let me take down the number. What do you care? If you have nothing to hide, just tell me who were all your relations in your life. Tell me all your political beliefs in every party you've changed. Tell me, not your friends, tell me. You would tell me immediately, hold on a second, this is my personal information. I haven't done anything wrong.
This is all about.
That's it. I haven't done anything wrong, but it's my personal information. So we have to fight, and this is the biggest moral issue here for me, not only against the dangerous morality, quote unquote, of police or private companies who are out there to do their job, but most importantly, we have to fight against our own moral weaknesses in this debate. Because the moment that we begin consenting to everything is the moment that we have given the door, the okay, the imprimatur to Big Brother society without even one bullet being shot by any gun and without even one bad army person or policeman beating us up.
On the other side, their argument is always, we can't build an effective security system, or we can't offer to the citizen an effective protection if we don't have information. Let's discuss about and let's give them the possibility to collect immediately all the necessary information.
You must be able to, but you must have a suspect from traditional police work. You know, the police, we have authorized it in the past and in the present. They have the right to have covert operations, secret policemen doing things, but always under judicial control and authorization. In a democratic society, that is necessary.
Not a generic
Not a generic agenda. The moment that you say that I want to look at every bank transaction that any European citizen conducts, and to begin looking at those transactions and creating profiles of people, not of suspects I already know through my traditional work, but just everyone, and start saying, well, maybe this guy could be a terrorist. Now let's put him on the side. We'll look at him a little later. The moment you start doing that, you're violating one of the fundamental principles of the democratic society, which is that every citizen is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty. If you begin under that argument, and I've heard it, to assume that everyone is potentially guilty until proven innocent, then you have violated one of the fundamental tenets of democracy, once again without firing a bullet. Now, to me, this is deeply problematic. In a democracy, since we're talking about ethics and you want to talk correctly about politics, it is the citizens, those who in theory are the ones who have to look over the actions and the thoughts of their governments on a daily basis, judge their governments, punish them or reward them. It is the citizens who are supposed to be doing the monitoring. If we end up in a society in which the governments or the big private companies monitor the actions and the thoughts of citizens every day, then again, we have totally violated democratic principles. So what do I say to the police? First of all, connect the dots. If a bomber flew to the States and you had all the information you needed already, but you didn't catch him, you do not need more information. What you need to do is to get your act together and to connect the dots better. Secondly, we need to have better cooperation among our police. This doesn't happen. Even in our countries we have suspicions. I'm sure in Romania as well. This part of the police doesn't trust that secret service, who doesn't trust that government ministry, etc. Now just imagine how difficult it is to have Romania cooperate with Greece, cooperate with Germany, cooperate with England. But in a Europe that is
This
not
is
simply...
Europol and Interpol.
Well, yeah, well, yes, it should be. It should be. But not effectively, and not for many issues for which it is not authorized. There are many issues that are simply inter-police cooperation of member states. Their suspicions about each other's criminal systems, not trusting each other, in other words, has up to date resulted in a gridlock of exchange of information. I say exchange more information of the types we already have, on suspects that we already have, among ourselves, do much better police work. Then, if that doesn't work, I'm always open to listen to new measures if they're necessary, appropriate, and proportionate. But
until then, what the European Parliament will do?
What the European Parliament, I hope, will do, what it has done up to now, is that we'll put the brakes on these procedures. Only recently we voted against the SWIFT agreement, an agreement for Europe to give mass data of all European citizens, banking data to the United States authorities. We said this is not properly done. There are not enough safeguards in place to ensure that this data is not data mined. In other words, the US authorities don't go in there and start making connections that are not there. This data does not get deleted on time and therefore could be in databases for years. All those deeply, importantly technical issues. Who looks at data? How long can they keep them before they destroy them? What happens if they got my data incorrectly and they have me in a list I shouldn't be in? Can I go to court? Can I fight this? All these issues are at the heart of protecting fundamental political rights. Sometimes in this debate, I feel a little frustrated because I have to fight for all these little issues that to the general public that's looking at and listening to us right now may sound even boring. Data retention periods, what is that? Oh, leave me alone, this is too complicated. Yes, but if I don't give my fight on this technical, boring, complicated issue, you may wake up one day with a very different society than the one that you bargained for, leaving communism or leaving dictatorship. And therefore, I am not at all apologetic for the fact that I personally try to give a battle day and night, because many times these things happen at 2 or 3 in the morning. You will get the call that this law is about to pass in the US Senate. Run and stop it tomorrow here. Day and night, not in order to let terrorists free. I want them caught. But in order to ensure that in this very important fight, the ultimate differentiating value in Europe, which is freedom, that does not get violated in the process. And I will give this fight as much as I can, unabashedly and unembarrassedly.